What is up, people? This is the Oracle. We are back online for yet another Ixalan draft. This booster is solid. Carnage Tyrant, I think, is fine. I don't think it's that good, though. I don't believe it's a lot better than Dreadmau. I mean, obviously, Hexproof is a thing, but I don't think it's a lot better. And I don't really like green in general, unless I'm playing blue-green Merfolks. That being said, I might just still pick the card because, you know, it's still strong and it's worth a little bit of money, I assume. Not a lot, but a little bit. But I could imagine Vanguard being the better option. I think Vanguard is just excellent and potentially better than Tyrant. Also, there's a couple of other decent green cards in this pack. So, whereas, you know, there's no other white card really, like Judgment is not so good. Cutlass is also a first pickable card. We'll go with Tyrant. But again, not a big fan of base green dinosaurs deck. The only few time I want to play green is if I'm blue-green Merfolk in this set. Willing to try it a little bit more though. And we'll see what this yields. Probably gonna go with Ranging Raptors here. Plays pretty well with Tyrant. Now again, not my favorite archetype, but maybe I should draft it more. Bishop Soldier might be the best card in the pack. Very, very good 2-drop, and 2-drops are very important in this set. Bloodletter, second next best card, I believe. And then Raptors is fine, but again, this card is not very good in Merfolk, I believe, and if I'm not playing Merfolk, I don't really want to be green, but yeah. I think I've said it enough now. We can move on to something else. So yeah, we are probably drafting an archetype I don't like that much, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, Whiptail, pretty good on color. Could just pick that, stay on theme, stay on color, or go for the blast, which is slightly stronger but put us into another color. I think it's kind of close, but I might just go with Whiptail. I think it's very good. Blast is a little bit better, but not enough, I think, where I just want to jump into red. It's close. I could see just picking the blast. We'll go with Whiptail though. Alright. So Commune with the dinosaurs should be pretty good in this deck. But I think we can get one or more later, so I'm not gonna pick it here. I think if I want one or two, I'll get them. Just gonna pick Firebrand, which I believe is the best card in this pack, and a very good 2-drop. Ooh, Larking Chupacabra. Could go for the black-green Explore deck, try to make that work. Could be fun. Probably not the right thing to do per se if you just want to win the draft, but it's one of these archetypes that never seems open really, and that I don't think is very good, but that I haven't drafted a lot, and I'm still, you know, kind of wanted to try it. Could just pick Jade Guardian or New Horizons, stay on color. Probably gonna go with New Horizons, I think. And maybe we'll do that another day. Alright, I don't think Deeproot Champion is that good. Could pick Prosperous Pirates and go for a blue-green Ram deck. I don't think we're gonna go Merfolk at this point, given what we already have. Pack is fairly underwhelming overall. Pick that, I think it's just the best card. Doesn't mean we will be blue or we need to be blue, but probably the best option. Runaground seems decent here. I think Dreadmau is fine, but we already have a Dreadmau, kind of. Slightly better Dreadmau. And yeah, Runaground's pretty decent. Errazor I do like quite a bit, but I kind of hate white-green, so I probably don't want to go into this color combination. Alright, I do like the Sailor of Memes a lot. It's probably my favorite common in the set. Not, you know, not saying it's the best common, but it's my favorite common, if anything. I mean, there's an argument to just pick New Horizons, though, and stay a little bit more on color. Because, you know, we might not be blue. That being said, seeing a late Sailor, I'm pretty happy to go blue, green ramp, I think. Just gonna pick that. Alright, Dreadmau and all the green cards except for the Sailback Wield, which is pretty good news. I mean, not surprising that there's one other green drafter at the table, but there's probably not two. I mean, not necessarily two at least, which is a good news. I kind of like picking New Horizons. With this Sailor and Prosperous Pirates, we could easily splash for pretty much anything, which is kind of sweet. I think if we want more beef for the late game, we'll get it. And the other cards were fairly unexciting. Okay, Commune. We got one. Don't think we'll play Dreadnought in a deck like that. There is this chance we just go red-green though and we don't play blue, in which case Hunters could be fine. Not gonna splash for it, but could be fine if we end up red-green. We got another Commune as expected. Cancel, I don't mind having inside. And now, I guess we are green for sure. With a light dinosaur theme, though no real payoff or whatever. And then we could maybe be blue, maybe be red, we'll see. Best card in the pack is Stomp, and Stomp is pretty good in a green dinosaur deck, so, you know, that's a good news. Not a difficult pick. Whiptail probably the best card in its pack, so another easy one for us. A couple of these, I guess the blue cards are not that exciting. I think Zeal is the next best card. I think tricks are very good in this set, and Zeal is one of the best trick. It could be the next best card. I think I like it more than Voyage, for example. This pack is pretty bad overall, though. Interesting, Ferocidon. It is a strong card. You kind of want to be aggro, but if we do end up playing red-green, we are going to be, you know, a little bit more aggressive. Granted, we can get a couple 2-drops. Definitely the best card in the pack. Yeah. And a good reason to go actually a bit deeper into red and maybe abandon the blue. Alright, Dagotus is not bad. We are already a little bit loaded on 3s though. I think I'm just gonna grab a Nest Robber. I'm not a big fan of that card, but we want enough 2-drops. One of the trap in Ixalan is having a deck with not enough 2-drops, and I'd rather avoid that. So even though it's not my favorite, it's still a dinosaur, which could be relevant for synergies, and it's, you know, it's a 2-drop. Gonna pick Keeper here, same reasoning with 2-drops. I mean, I do like Keeper a little bit more than Nest Robber, so there is that. But again, picking 2-drop over 3-drop, I don't think Wily Goblin is very good, unless you have a bunch of Cutlasses. At second Archer, pretty good one. I don't necessarily want to main deck it if I'm playing aggro, and when we already have 2 Whiptails, but at worst, it's going to be a very good sideboard option, and it's obviously, you know, very main deckable too. Okay, Knight is just great for us. Good 2-drop, nice with dinosaurs, exactly what we want. Alright, I guess we are just going to go red-green dinosaurs, mid-range / aggro. No one likes the Sailor at this table. Don't think we'll play 3 New Horizons. There's a small chance we want to splash for that in some matchups, especially if we have a lot of fixing. I guess I'm just gonna pick Sailor in case we still end up blue somehow. Okay, I think Ceratops is not great. I'm just gonna pick Sure Strike, which is a decent trick. Especially when you're attacking with large creature and you might force your opponent into some risky blocks. I'm not sure how good this is. I've played it in white-red aggro, it was fine. Here I guess it should be pretty good. I might want to play one. I don't think we'll... I mean, we could play 3 communes, but I think 2 is already pretty good. The problem with commune, I feel like, is that... I mean, what you want to do very often is play a commune over a land, but you cannot do that forever. Like, you cannot play 5 commune with the dinosaurs and 12 lands. So there's kind of a... I don't know, a sailing effect, you might want to call it, where happy with 2 and maybe play 16 land, maybe even 15, or 3 with 15 lands, but after that, you know, you can play a 4th one, a 5th one if you really want to, but you can't really cut land, which is, you know, kind of the, I mean, one of the main advantage to play that card. So I'm pretty happy with 2, maybe 3, but not more. Oh, look! A gold rare in our colors. Convenient. Okay, well. And a Hotepec Huntmaster now. Hotepec Huntmaster. Still have trouble pronouncing it. Should be good. There's a bunch of decks in which Firebrand is just better, but this deck looks like a deck in which this is gonna be great. Melody is best card here, but not really in, you know, in this color. I mean, we could splash for it of the New Horizons, but I think Huntmaster is going to be really good here, so I don't really mind picking that. We might have the Nut DINO deck here, which I'm still not a big fan of that, though. I mean, I'd much rather be in another archetype, but you know, if we play that and I feel it's not good, still feel like I don't like the archetype, probably a good sign that it is indeed not so great. Because, I mean, we could use some more revolve, but the quality of the cards is pretty high. Also, with 2 commune, the deck should be pretty consistent at being able to keep a little bit more hands and do its thing, basically. Currently we have 5 2-drops, which is not too bad. Kinda want 6, especially if I'm playing 2 New Horizons. You kinda want to be loaded on 2-drops. Make sure you can use the +1 part of the card, which is, you know, otherwise the card is a little bit underwhelming. If you get the, you know, the +1 power, toughness on something, feels good, otherwise a little bit less. So I could pick the Firebrand. Whiptail is nice though. It is a close call. I might just go with Whiptail though, since we already have 5 2-drops, but maybe it's just right to pick Firebrand. The nice thing with Whiptail is that, you know, with its stat and ability, it's more, you know, it looks like a defensive creature. And it is mostly a defensive creature, but it's not like a giant spider. It is still 3 power, 4 toughness makes it annoying to block, so, you know, I like the fact that you can just, you know, I would not be ashamed of going turn 2 Huntmaster, turn 3 Whiptail attack, you know, it's not, it doesn't feel bad to just be beating down with that. Whereas Archer, when you are trying to beat down, is not so good. Still a pretty powerful card, decent ability, but I think I'd rather not main the kit. And just, you know, we'll bring in it in, you know, in matchup where it kills things, or if they have a lot of flyers, basically. Alright, fairly easy night for us. Nice 2-drop, looking good in this deck. I mean, if we don't end up with enough playables, this is gonna make it to the main, and that's gonna be perfectly fine. But I'd rather not main the kit. Interesting, so we could try splashing for Erasor, which is pretty busted. We have 2 New Horizons. We don't have a Drover of the Mighty, which would help. We could wheel one territory, which would be pretty good here. Full of good white DINO cards, by the way. Or we could just pick Ceratops, which is a little bit underwhelming. I think I'm just gonna go with slightly higher payoff card. We pretty much will play these, so I think we'll have three white sources. We can add one plains, which is potentially fetchable. And we might get another piece of fixing. Don't think I need more 6-drops. I think I'm pretty happy with these two. I don't think Dreadmau is necessarily better than Hunters. I do like both. If anything, I want to split. And you know, if we consider that as a Dreadmau, pretty happy that the other one is Hunters. There's a matchup where I might want a slightly bigger body though. If, for example, the opponent has a lot of, how it's called, Unfriendly Fire as a removal, you might want 6 toughness. But I think I'll start with just 2 6-drop and a split between, you know, slightly bigger creature and the more aggressive. I guess Dreadmau might just be straight up better than Hunters. Maybe, I don't know. Also, making this exchange means we don't have any double red. And it doesn't really matter because a lot of our early plays are red anyway. I want territory, I think, for the Eraser. There was a decent, 2 decent 3-drop, but not even sure about playing the first Archer. And Dagatus is underwhelming, I believe. And this really helps with that thing, which is pretty important. Not gonna splash for that, I believe. Could want a Judgment in some matchup, especially since we're rather light on removal. I don't think Coblet Wings is that good here. I assume most of the time our creatures are going to be larger than our opponent's creatures, so we'll not really need the evasion, and we don't need it defensively with 3 Whiptails, I believe. It is pretty good in green deck in general, though. I will play one Ceratops in the main. Vampire Zeal should not go this late, by the way. And I think we'll play the Archers, or Archer, I guess there's only one Archer, as our 24th card, because this is definitely a 16-land deck. I guess there is an argument to play maybe 3 6-drop. We'll have basically 18 lands with these. Pretty hard to miss a land. It can happen, but it's not gonna happen very often. 2 New Horizons, so being loaded on 6, I don't think is too frightening necessarily. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna jam that. Do we want 1 plains? I'm not sure. We need a lot of red early, so I think we'll have to go for this is a little bit clunky because these 2 things are not dinosaur. I mean, you can always name something else, if necessary, I guess, with the territory. Yeah, we're gonna go 8-7. You want a lot of green for the communes. I'd rather have 9, to be honest. But I still kind of want territory for the Eraser. And we need enough mountains to be able to cast these on turn 2. The mana is a little bit clunky, potentially. But that's the deck. Red-green Dino. We'll see how it goes. I don't play... It's, again, not my favorite archetype. Don't tend to play that a lot, but... If anything, it looks like a good red-green deck. Might be lacking a little bit of removal, but that's about it. So yeah, that's gonna be that. I hope you guys enjoyed the draft. Drop a like if it's the case. Thanks for watching, and see you for round uno.